Men are not taught. So at the age of 30, the spirit realm is still alien to you. At the age of 30, you still don't know the voice of God, and you think you are alive. You are floating like a balloon. Because the only thing that puts you in the center of the will of God is the power of the eternal God securing your soul and bringing you under his government. That is when you begin to live. You may leave this world and think you were 70 years old, but when you appear in Zion, they will ask you, where were you? Because you didn't appear in the radar of heaven. You were on earth. You counted in age and time, but heaven didn't see you. They were looking for you. You went through primary school, secondary school. You even became a doctor of philosophy. But when you showed up in Zion, your name didn't appear in the radar. The voice of God came to you many times, but you were not taught the ways of the spirit. So even when you became a millionaire, you thought you were relevant. When I look upon Luke chapter 12 verse 20, the guy had worked hard. He was intelligent and diligent. He obeyed the laws of creation. And when he gathered his barn, he said he will rest now. And God spoke from heaven. He said, you fool. How many of you are in contact with Zion? What was the last decision you took because God told you you are not alive? You are dead. You are only breathing oxygen. You will not realize it until oxygen lives here. You will appear like this and they will tell you, no, there was no life in your borders. You want God to talk to you, pray now. You have 1 minute to pray. I pray that the buttons I have in my spirit, I'll be able to communicate it. Many are wasting because they don't understand that they are in a war zone. So she's 17 years old. She had sex with 30 men. She thinks life is pleasure. She doesn't know that the spirit is bargaining her soul. She's having fun, but her soul is lean. She is in the hand of a spirit, and she doesn't understand that she has been traded. She doesn't know that oxygen was given to her as an economy for her to fulfill the purpose of the divine God. The wise men of old had understanding. The Bible said David, after he had served the will of God, he rested with his fathers. He didn't come to this world to live for pleasure. He came and he connected to a signal coming from Zion, and every time he lived his life, he was following that navigation from heaven. Oh my God. Jesus was born. The day he was born, they saw his star from the side of the east. How did they know that he was a king? Because he came into a world that is cracked. Demonic intelligences. Every time men are born, they look upon their stars and they begin to trace their destiny, so that they marginalize it and they corrupt it. When Jesus was only 8 years old, they had gone to a king and thwarted his mind already, and the king gave an envoy that every child below the age of 2 should be killed. That's how far the devil can go to short circuit your destiny. Every child beyond the age of 2, because they saw a star and they said, this star is a king that is born. You don't know that when you appeared, your star appeared in heaven, and from there they began to interpret your destiny. They know who you will be, but you came into time, you are living for luxury. It is when you depart that you will realize you never thought or scratch the reason why you came. There's a warfare going on. We are already in a ranking system. You came to collect a baton. Somebody else has passed on to glory. A baton is waiting for you so that you continue, but you came and you are living for pizza.